Most men believe attraction is about looks, confidence, or saying the right words. But attraction alone has never kept a woman feeling safe. A woman can be deeply drawn to a man and still feel anxious beside him. Because emotional safety is not created by chemistry. It is created by character. When a woman feels safe, she relaxes. She stops testing. She stops protecting herself. She stops wondering where she stands. And that is when real connection begins. The truth is, women are not searching for a perfect man. They are searching for a stable one. A man whose presence calms, not confuses. A man whose actions are predictable, in the best way. A man who does not need to control, impress, or chase. In this video, you will learn the principles that experienced men live by. Not to manipulate women, but to become the kind of man women feel safe choosing. Because the deepest attraction a woman can feel is safety, not excitement. Welcome to the channel, Stoic Love Wisdom. This is where we will learn, explore, and share valuable lessons about love. In today's video, I will reveal to you 10 things that make women feel safe with a man, a new perspective, helping you better understand the factors that determine a happy and sustainable relationship. Let's explore with me the secrets to building a strong and meaningful love. Before we start, find a quiet place, put on your headphones and relax. Let all your worries melt away, and let the messages in this video help you calm down and feel the most complete. Are you ready? Let's start now. Number 1. He is calm when life gets uncomfortable. A woman does not feel safe with a man because he is loud, dominant, or always in control. She feels safe with a man who is calm when things go wrong. Anyone can be charming when life is easy. Anyone can smile when there is no pressure. But a man is revealed in moments of tension. Disagreement, uncertainty, silence, conflict. A calm man does not rush to defend his ego. He does not raise his voice to feel powerful. He does not panic when plans fall apart or emotions run high. He pauses. He breathes. He responds, instead of reacting. This calmness is not weakness. It is emotional discipline. From a Stoic perspective, calm is the result of understanding one simple truth. You cannot control everything, but you can always control yourself. When a woman sees that a man can sit with discomfort without exploding or shutting down, something deep inside her relaxes. Her nervous system reads the signal clearly. This man is steady. I don't need to be on guard. A calm man does not argue to win. He seeks clarity, not domination. When emotions rise, he does not match chaos with chaos. He becomes the ground. And here is what most men misunderstand. Women do not test men with drama because they enjoy conflict. They test to see who remains stable when emotions enter the room. An experienced man knows this. He does not take emotional waves personally. He understands that feelings pass, but character remains. When he makes a mistake, he owns it without collapsing into shame. When he is challenged, he listens without feeling threatened. When silence appears, he does not chase it in fear. This is Stoic love. Not coldness. Not emotional distance. But inner order. A calm man makes decisions slowly and deliberately. He does not promise what he cannot sustain. He does not confuse intensity with intimacy. And because of this, a woman feels safe leaning into him, not because he demands it, but because his presence invites it. Safety is not created by words like, "Trust me," or "I'll protect you." Safety is created by consistent emotional behavior over time. In the end, calmness is leadership. And leadership, in love, is what makes a woman feel she can finally exhale. Number 2. His words and actions are aligned. A woman does not feel safe because a man speaks beautifully. She feels safe because his actions quietly confirm his words. Inexperienced men talk too much. They promise early. They explain endlessly. They try to convince. A seasoned man understands something different. Consistency is more attractive than intensity. He does not say, "I'll always be here," in a moment of emotion. He simply shows up, again, and again, and again. From a Stoic point of view, character is revealed through repetition, not intention. Anyone can mean well once. Few can behave well consistently. A man who aligns words with actions does not rush intimacy. He does not create expectations he cannot sustain. He respects time, because time exposes truth. When he says he will call, he calls. When he says he will come, he arrives. When he says, "I don't know yet," he does not pretend certainty. This honesty builds safety faster than any romantic speech. Why does this matter so deeply to a woman? Because inconsistency creates anxiety. And anxiety destroys attraction. When a man says one thing and does another, her mind begins to fill the gaps. She starts to question. She starts to brace herself emotionally. She starts to protect her heart. A man who lives in alignment removes that fear. He does not manipulate with future promises. He does not disappear after emotional closeness. He does not change his behavior once comfort is established. His energy today looks like his energy tomorrow. Stoic love is not about pleasing. It is about integrity. A man with integrity understands that every broken word weakens trust, not just in him, but in love itself. He would rather say less and be reliable than say everything and be forgotten. There is strength in restraint. When a woman experiences this kind of man, something shifts. She stops watching his phone behavior. She stops decoding his tone. She stops wondering where she stands. Not because he reassures her constantly, but because his behavior already has. This is the quiet power of alignment. No drama. No performance. No emotional roller coaster. Just presence, clarity, and follow-through. In a world full of men who speak loudly about commitment, the man who lets his actions speak softly becomes rare. And rarity creates value. Number 3. He does not make her the center of his life. This may sound counterintuitive to many men. But a woman does not feel safe with a man who builds his entire life around her. She feels safe with a man who already has a life. An inexperienced man believes devotion means sacrifice. He rearranges everything. He abandons his purpose. He makes her his emotional home. At first, this looks like love. But over time, it feels like pressure. A seasoned man understands something deeper. Need creates instability. Purpose creates gravity. From a Stoic perspective, attachment becomes dangerous when it replaces direction. A man without direction clings. A man with direction invites. When a woman senses that she is the emotional center of a man's existence, her intuition alerts her. Not because she dislikes being valued, but because she feels the weight of responsibility. She becomes the source of his happiness, the regulator of his mood, the reason he feels whole. And no woman wants that burden. A man who has his own mission, discipline, and inner structure communicates safety without saying a word. He is not desperate for approval. He is not afraid of loss. He does not dissolve when challenged. This independence allows him to love freely, not fearfully. He chooses her. He does not need her. And this distinction is everything. A Stoic man does not chase connection to escape loneliness. He enjoys solitude. He builds strength there. Because of this, his love is not a demand. It is an offering. When conflict arises, he does not collapse. When distance appears, he does not panic. When she pulls away, he remains centered. This emotional self-sufficiency allows a woman to relax into femininity. She does not need to manage his emotions. She does not need to reassure his worth. She can simply be. Paradoxically, the man who does not make her the center becomes the one she orbits. Not because he ignores her, but because his life has direction, and direction creates trust. Stoic love teaches this clearly. Love deeply, but stand firmly on your own feet. A man who has a life worth protecting does not lose himself in romance. And because he does not lose himself, a woman feels safe finding herself beside him. Love is not always about brilliant moments, but often about patience, listening and accompanying in every small step. It is those simple things that nurture a lasting bond. That is also the reason why I believe that every experience in love is an opportunity for us to grow and become stronger. If you feel this, please click like as a way to spread positivity to more people. And if this is your first time visiting our channel, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any lessons. I also look forward to hearing your thoughts. What is the smallest but most meaningful thing you have ever realized in love? Leave a comment below, maybe your answer will become a source of inspiration for others. Now, let's continue our journey to explore deeper perspectives right away. Number 4. He respects boundaries without needing to control. A woman does not feel safe with a man who wants access to everything. She feels safe with a man who knows where to stop. Control often disguises itself as care. Checking phones. Questioning friendships. Demanding constant reassurance. An inexperienced man calls this love. A seasoned man recognizes it as fear. From a Stoic perspective, the desire to control comes from inner chaos. A man who has not mastered himself will try to master others. A man who respects boundaries does not need surveillance. He does not interrogate. He does not confuse possession with protection. He understands that trust is not created by restriction, but by freedom combined with consistency. When a woman says no, he hears it the first time. When she needs space, he does not interpret it as rejection. When she has a life beyond him, he does not feel threatened. This restraint signals emotional strength. A man who respects boundaries knows this truth. Love cannot be forced. It can only be chosen. Stoic love teaches voluntary connection, not emotional imprisonment. The Stoics believe that anything not freely given is already lost. When a woman experiences this kind of respect, her nervous system softens. She does not need to defend herself. She does not need to hide parts of her life. She can be transparent without fear of punishment. And here is the paradox. The man who does not restrict becomes the man she willingly opens up to. Boundaries also protect the man himself. He does not overextend. He does not sacrifice his dignity for reassurance. He does not beg for closeness. He understands that self-respect is non-negotiable. A man who honors boundaries creates emotional safety because he communicates one powerful message. I trust myself enough to trust you. And that trust is magnetic. There is no chasing. No power struggle. No emotional games. Just two people choosing each other, freely. In Stoic love, boundaries are not walls. They are structure. And structure is what allows love to breathe, grow, and endure. Number 5. He listens without judging or trying to fix. A woman does not feel safe with a man who always has an answer. She feels safe with a man who can hold space without interrupting it. Most men are taught to solve problems. To analyze. To correct. To fix. But emotional safety is not built through solutions. It is built through presence. An inexperienced man hears a woman's pain and immediately reaches for logic. He explains. He advises. He minimizes. A seasoned man listens differently. He does not rush to speak. He does not take her emotions as a personal accusation. He does not defend himself when she is simply expressing how she feels. From a Stoic perspective, wisdom begins with restraint. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should listen carefully before forming judgment. Because most suffering comes from misunderstanding, not reality. A man who listens without judgment communicates something rare. You don't have to protect your emotions around me. When a woman feels heard, her body relaxes before her mind does. Her tone softens. Her defense is lower. Not because the problem disappeared, but because she is no longer alone inside it. A man who truly listens does not invalidate emotions with phrases like, "You're overreacting. It's not a big deal." Or, "You shouldn't feel that way." He understands that emotions do not need permission to exist. Stoic love is not emotional detachment. It is emotional containment. The ability to remain steady while someone else is vulnerable. When a woman speaks, he listens to understand, not to reply. He asks questions instead of conclusions. He allows silence without filling it. This silence is powerful. It tells her that her inner world is safe here. And here is the deeper truth. A man who can sit with another person's emotions has already mastered his own. He is not threatened by tears. He is not uncomfortable with vulnerability. He does not flee when things get heavy. Because he knows emotions rise, and emotions pass. This is why women open up deeply to such men. Not because they are nice, but because they are grounded. In Stoic love, listening is leadership. It is the quiet strength of being fully present without control. And when a woman feels this level of emotional safety, she does not need to test you. She does not need to protect herself. She simply speaks, freely. Number 6. He protects without possessing. A woman does not feel safe with a man who watches her every move. She feels safe with a man who stands firm when it matters. Protection is quiet. Possession is loud. An inexperienced man believes protecting a woman means controlling her environment. Who she talks to. Where she goes. What she wears. He mistakes vigilance for strength. A seasoned man knows better. From a Stoic perspective, true strength is internal. A man who is strong within does not fear the outside world. He does not posture. He does not threaten. He does not compete unnecessarily. He is observant, not reactive. When a woman feels disrespected, he does not ask her to handle it alone, nor does he explode to prove his masculinity. He assesses. He acts only if action is required. This restraint signals confidence. A protective man does not need to announce his role. His presence already changes the dynamic in the room. He stands beside her, not over her. He supports her decisions instead of replacing them. This tells her something important. I trust your judgment, and I will stand with you. Stoic love rejects domination. The Stoics believe that no one truly owns another human being, we only borrow time. A man who understands this does not treat a woman like territory. He treats her like a partner. When danger appears, he does not hesitate. When boundaries are crossed, he addresses it calmly and firmly. When respect is lacking, he restores it, without spectacle. This is masculine protection without ego. And here is why women feel deeply safe with such men. They know he will not disappear when things get uncomfortable. They know he will not overreact and create chaos. They know he will not control them out of insecurity. He is predictable in the best way. A man who protects without possessing allows a woman to relax into trust. She does not feel monitored. She does not feel caged. She feels accompanied. In Stoic love, protection is not about power over another. It is about responsibility for oneself. And when a man carries himself with this level of self-mastery, a woman does not need to be guarded. She already feels safe. Love is a great lesson in maturity. It challenges us with fragility, teaches us patience through waiting, and gives us strength after being hurt. Here, I don't just tell stories for you to listen to, but for you to reflect on yourself and find your own lessons. If you find it valuable, please click like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on the shares that can change the way you look at love. Now, get ready with me, because the rest will have a lot more depth waiting for you. Number 7. He takes full responsibility for his life. A woman does not feel safe with a man who blames the world. She feels safe with a man who owns his choices. Blame is a signal of immaturity. Excuses are a signal of instability. An inexperienced man explains why life is unfair. Why people failed him. Why circumstances held him back. A seasoned man understands a harsher truth. Life does not owe him clarity, only consequences. From a Stoic perspective, responsibility is freedom. Epictetus taught that peace comes from focusing only on what is within our control. A man who lives by this principle does not collapse when things go wrong. He adjusts. He learns. He moves forward. When he fails, he does not seek sympathy. When he succeeds, he does not seek validation. His identity is not dependent on outcomes, but on effort. This inner stability is what women feel instinctively. A man who takes responsibility does not use his partner as an emotional dumping ground. He does not expect her to regulate his mood. He does not make her the solution to his dissatisfaction. He handles his finances. He manages his health. He disciplines his time. Not perfectly, but intentionally. And when conflict arises in the relationship, he does not deflect. He does not twist narratives. He does not say, "You made me do this." He says, "This is on me." That sentence alone creates more safety than any apology. Stoic love is not about perfection. It is about ownership. A woman who sees a man take responsibility knows something important. If life gets hard, he will not disappear. If mistakes happen, he will not deny them. If growth is required, he will step into it. This reliability calms her deepest fears. Because nothing feels more dangerous than being emotionally tied to a man who avoids accountability. A responsible man does not demand loyalty. He earns it, daily. He does not promise certainty. He promises effort. And effort, sustained over time, becomes trust. In Stoic love, responsibility is leadership. Not authority over others, but command over oneself. And a man who commands himself becomes someone a woman feels safe following. Number 8. He is emotionally stable and predictable. A woman does not feel safe with a man who is exciting one day and distant the next. She feels safe with a man whose emotional presence is steady. Emotional unpredictability creates anxiety. And anxiety slowly kills attraction. An inexperienced man confuses emotional intensity with depth. He believes passion must be volatile. High highs. Low lows. A seasoned man understands that chaos is not intimacy. It is instability. From a Stoic perspective, emotions are events, not commands. They arise, and they pass. A man is judged not by what he feels, but by how he responds. An emotionally stable man does not disappear when stressed. He does not punish with silence. He does not reward with affection only when things go his way. His mood does not swing wildly based on attention, validation, or control. This consistency creates safety at a primal level. A woman learns that she does not need to manage him. She does not need to guess what version of him will show up. She does not need to walk on eggshells. She can relax. Stoic love values equanimity, inner balance. Not emotional suppression, but emotional regulation. A stable man feels deeply, but he does not offload those feelings onto others. He processes internally. He speaks clearly when necessary. He withdraws only to regain clarity, not to manipulate. When conflict arises, he does not escalate. He de-escalates. When emotions run high, he slows the moment down. His calm becomes contagious. And here is the truth most men miss. Predictability does not kill attraction, unreliability does. A woman can desire a man she understands. She cannot trust a man she must constantly decode. Emotional stability allows love to grow beyond chemistry into security. A man who is steady becomes a place of rest. Not boredom, rest. And rest is what allows intimacy to deepen. In Stoic love, emotional control is not coldness. It is consideration. The consideration to not make your inner storm someone else's burden. And when a woman feels this level of emotional safety, she does not cling. She does not test. She does not protect herself. She stays, willingly. Number 9. He is honest, even when the truth is uncomfortable. A woman does not feel safe with a man who tells her what she wants to hear. She feels safe with a man who tells her what is true. Comforting lies may create temporary peace. But they plant long-term fear. An inexperienced man avoids honesty to avoid conflict. He withholds. He softens reality. He chooses silence and calls it kindness. A seasoned man understands something difficult. Dishonesty is emotional abandonment. From a Stoic perspective, truth is not cruelty. It is clarity. The Stoics believe that reality, once faced, loses its power to harm us. But reality avoided becomes a silent threat. A man who is honest does not manipulate timelines. He does not keep options open while pretending commitment. He does not say, "I don't know," when he knows, or "I'm sure," when he is not. He speaks plainly. He speaks early. He speaks with respect. When he is unsure, he says so. When his feelings change, he addresses it. When his intentions are not aligned, he does not hide behind ambiguity. This honesty allows a woman to orient herself emotionally. Uncertainty is exhausting. Clarity, even painful clarity, is grounding. A woman can process disappointment. She cannot process confusion. A Stoic man values truth because he values self-respect. He would rather be momentarily disliked than permanently distrusted. He does not weaponize honesty. He does not use being real as an excuse for cruelty. He chooses words carefully, but never deceptively. This balance is rare. And rarity creates safety. When a woman knows that a man will tell her the truth, even when it costs him comfort, she relaxes her guard. She stops anticipating betrayal. She stops reading between the lines. She trusts the surface. In Stoic love, honesty is an act of courage. The courage to stand in reality without hiding. A man who can do this becomes dependable. Not because he is perfect, but because he is transparent. And transparency removes fear. Number 10. He treats her with deep, consistent respect. A woman does not feel safe with a man because he desires her. She feels safe with a man who respects her, especially when no one is watching. Attraction can be intense. Chemistry can be powerful. But without respect, both become unstable forces. An inexperienced man respects a woman only when things are going well. When he feels admired. When his ego is fed. A seasoned man's respect does not fluctuate with mood or outcome. From a Stoic perspective, respect is a reflection of character, not emotion. It is who you are, not how you feel. A man who respects a woman does not belittle her opinions. He does not mock her emotions. He does not weaponize her vulnerabilities during conflict. Even when he disagrees, he remains dignified. Even when he is hurt, he remains measured. Even when he could win an argument, he chooses integrity over dominance. This creates profound emotional safety. A woman who feels respected does not fear being humiliated in moments of weakness. She does not fear being reduced to her past. She does not fear being punished for expressing herself. Respect tells her, "You are safe here, not because I am perfect, but because I am principled." A Stoic man understands that power without restraint becomes cruelty. And love without restraint becomes chaos. He does not joke at her expense. He does not share her private moments for social approval. He does not cross lines simply because he can. He protects her dignity as he protects his own. And here is the truth few men realize. Women feel safest with the man who would still respect them if the relationship ended. Because respect that depends on access is not respect. It is leverage. Stoic love is grounded in honor. A man who lives with honor does not need to prove his worth through control, manipulation, or emotional games. His respect is steady. Unconditional of outcomes. Independent of reward. And that is why a woman can surrender emotionally, not out of weakness, but out of trust. In the end, emotional safety is not created by grand gestures. It is created by daily restraint, consistency, and respect. And respect is the final proof of love. Conclusion. A woman does not feel safe because a man says the right things. She feels safe because his character remains steady over time. Emotional safety is not created by charm, intensity, or constant reassurance. It is created by calmness. By consistency. By restraint. Every principle you've heard here points to one deeper truth. A woman feels safest with a man who has mastered himself. A man who controls his emotions instead of being ruled by them. A man who chooses responsibility over excuses. A man whose words align with his actions, quietly, predictably, without performance. Stoic love is not about chasing affection or proving worth. It is about becoming the kind of man whose presence removes fear. When a man is calm under pressure, she relaxes. When he respects boundaries, she opens. When he listens without judgment, she speaks freely. When he protects without controlling, she trusts. When he tells the truth, even when it costs him comfort, she believes. Safety is not something a man demands from a woman. It is something he offers through behavior. And the paradox is this. The more emotionally safe a woman feels, the less she needs to protect herself. And the deeper she can love. Stoic love teaches us that love is not possession. It is choice. A choice renewed daily through discipline, integrity, and respect. In the end, the man who creates emotional safety is not trying to be impressive. He is trying to be reliable. And reliability, in a chaotic world, is the most attractive trait of all. So today's video has ended. Thank you for taking the time to watch it all. I hope you have learned valuable lessons and these shares will help you on your love journey. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to receive more interesting content in the future. I'm very grateful for your support and see you again in the next videos. Wishing you all love and happiness.